everyone, I'm back, and today's episode, thank you for joining me, by the way. I sometimes speak a lot faster than I think, but I speak a lot faster than I talk. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching this episode. This is one that is inspired for National Homemade Soup Day. So I decided to do, I kept thinking about it and said, what can I do in order to make this kind of really uniquely, especially different? So I've taken a lot of different vegetables of what soup is made out of, and I'm gonna do arrangements. I'm gonna use one, terracotta concrete container and do an arrangement. I'm gonna take a pot, I'm gonna do an arrangement, and I'm gonna use some Campbell soup cans that I will, one will show you what I'm gonna do, it's really clever. And then the other is I'm gonna do some wheatgrass with some tomatoes around it. So let's get started. I just want to thank you again for tuning in. You will see all my social media feed in the screen, whether it's following me on Facebook, Instagram, on YouTube and Twitter. So let's get this started. So this is really exciting. I'm going to start off with this container. You don't need a liner because this is already sealed. This is already pre-wet floral foam that I'm going to start with. And let's get this started. I'm gonna take some vegetables. I'm gonna pick potatoes and probably some radishes, some bell peppers, maybe some ginger, because that's great for homemade soup, especially if you're sick. These are melons of some sort, I don't even know. I'm trying to pick out colors that work well with the arrangement. I'm gonna do a little bit of tomatoes. I've got some on the vine, that's really cute. The concept of the two arrangements is pretty much the same. It's just they're in different containers. So I will start off with my artichoke, and I have some wooden skewers that you can get in the supermarket. I'm gonna trim this down and flatten it. I'm gonna start with the insertion of this first one. This is pretty heavy, so I want to make sure that I get a thick one. You can cut this off, insert it at an angle. Now I'm also going to take some cauliflower, which I love the color of it, and I'm going to dissect it. Oh, sorry, I had to eat. I'm cleaning this off, cutting it like so. Again, I said that word I promised I wouldn't say. I'm gonna do the other one over here. I'm gonna take the ginger. Can you imagine when you put that in the soup? Then I'm gonna take my potatoes, whole, not cutting it apart, with this. Let me do this bitter melons, and I'm gonna do it in a vertical insertion. Then I'm gonna take my bell peppers because I love the color. And basically, it's just wooden stakes, skewers, and obviously your vegetables have to be really fresh. They can't be like a couple days old because you need the crisp, fresh, because otherwise your arrangement's gonna fall apart when you're working on it. I'm gonna take my radishes. They're probably in a bundle in, here, let me see if we can take this apart. And I like to work in odd numbers sometimes. Yellow a little bit on this side. And then I'm gonna go in and do some flowers in it just to soften it up so it's a little bit more festive. Which you don't have to do, you can just do it with vegetables if you want to. This is Bavaria. I'm gonna take leave the first layer of greens. And I'm gonna tuck this in. this. So I think this is done. Look how amazing this looks. I love it. Let me show you what I'm gonna do. You know the Campbell soup that I told you that I'm gonna be using? Let's move these over. I've emptied out the tomato soup, okay? I'm gonna take some ranch dressing. This has already been cleaned out, washed out. Get it all the way, like this. I'm gonna cut the ends of the bok choy. I'm gonna cut the ends of it, and then I'm gonna take this, and this is already washed out, but I'm gonna dunk it in there, and that's almost like the serving spoon, yeah? Or the other thing that you can do is if you're doing already not like obviously this is made for soup, but for instance, you can be doing celery sticks or anything like that, or even like bell peppers, and you can have this as your entertaining and interactive centerpiece and dip it in the ranch and eat it. It's so good, it's such a clever idea, but don't double dip like I did. This is not gonna be eaten by anybody else, that's why I'm doing it. So you see, such a clever idea. You can even put like a little tomato on it if you want, just for decorative. I'm gonna remove this and do the last arrangement, the last two arrangements. These Campbell soups, again, I've taken wheatgrass that's probably 1 by 1 or 1.5 by 1.5, and I'm going to nestle this in like this. You know, you can use it for entertaining, and then you can actually, you know, make juice out of it the next day if you like. I'm gonna take some of the tomatoes that we incorporated into that arrangement and kind of nestle that in here. You can also take a wooden skewer if you want. So this is idea number 2, right? So you can take this and start layering your table in this really interesting, clever way for entertaining and as gifting. Cute, simple, great ideas. Again, I thank you guys for watching this video. All my social media is right on your, you know, right or left side, wherever it is on the screen. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. Check out my Facebook page. I'm gonna be doing lots of exciting, great projects and videos. I'm gonna move this aside, and I'm going to take the pot. I've already pre-soaked this. So it's the size of the pot, so it fits perfectly. And I'm gonna do one, again, 3/4, cutting it like this. And it's a little high, but I'm okay. And again, it's the same process that I did with the first arrangement, but this time I'm going to use larger vegetables. And this time on this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna try to open it like a rose. Look at that, look how pretty that is. Sometimes just like, you know, it by itself is pretty, but when you do some work on it, that it shows that you have spent time and effort in doing that, creating that. All my wooden skewers are done. I have to go get some more. On this one, I'm probably not gonna just do 1 stick, I'm gonna do like 3 and almost at a triangle. This is a lot bigger than I need it, but it's okay. I can insert this. See, I started off with the big. Now I'm gonna go back and do my potatoes. I'm gonna do some radishes. These are beets. Look, even the the stem, look, it's colored. It's pretty stunning, if you ask me. Like, you know what would be cool is if I just do the chives like this without cutting it. It's already on a rubber band. So I'm just gonna nestle this in. No wooden stake. I'm gonna do one here. See, it just gives it some movement. We have the green cauliflower that we're gonna use in here. Love the color. Can you see how gorgeous this is turning out? Of course, you're gonna hide the labels. We have kale. Kale is great, so it's almost like your leather fern in floristry, which is gonna cover up a lot of surface space. And I love the crinkleness of it. Yes, I can use this as tucking them in. And again, if there's certain vegetables that you don't have in your supermarket, or there's other varieties that you want to use, please do so. Don't ever feel like, you know, this is what I'm doing, you have to do exactly what I'm showing you. I'm here to show you and inspire you, not tell you exactly what to do. I have friends of ours that are allergic to garlic, and garlic is great because it adds flavor. So every time we're out with our friends, and those three particular friends of mine who do not eat garlic, I mean, we have to, like, you know, I want to convince them to eat garlic, but then I know that they're like allergic or they don't feel good afterwards. They're not really allergic. They don't process it well. So they always use that excuse when we're up to the wait staff. Oh, we're allergic to it. So they come back and say none of the stuff on the menu is garlic free, which cracks me up. I didn't do any floral elements in this because I just wanted to leave it the way it is. Look how gorgeous this came out to be. What you can do if you want, you can add tomatoes. Sometimes you can even just kind of, because you have all these crevices. Whoops, that one dropped, that one dropped. You have to be careful. Obviously, I would do it with this not moving. But look how cool and gorgeous this came out. Like, literally, you can do a whole theme of soups, handmade soups, and invite your girlfriends. Hey, here's the garlic. Here's the garlic. Garlic's good for you. I'm gonna peel some off, and I'm not gonna really do anything. I'm just gonna lay them on there. I mean, I like the imperfection of the vegetables, so don't get hung up. Oh, it's not perfect. So here you go. And then I lost another tomato. Anyways, you get the idea, guys. Let me clean out the table, put it all together. You can even use the pot cover like this and present it like this. This is pretty heavy. You have to be careful how you do it. So I'm done, and I wanted to show you this amazing. We use a pot to do an arrangement of like different vegetables. We use the wheatgrass with little tomatoes in a Campbell soup container. We did the ranch dressing, and then we also did one in a concrete terracotta container using gingers and artichokes and all that stuff. Again, thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't. Send me your suggestions if you'd like or dislike comments, well, like preferably. And if you have any questions or answers or whatever that you need, please reach out to me. I'll try to do my best to answer all of them. Again, thank you for watching, and peace out, guys.